you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Hello, America, and welcome to the Glenn Beck Program. The media misinformation and disinformation has got to stop. We have to unplug from the mainstream media. You have to do it. I'll give you the worst example from the New York Times I think I have seen. We're going to give that to you in 60 seconds. And then where do we go? Take heart. Take heart. This isn't over till it's over. And there are things we must do. In 60 seconds.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
If there's one thing I hate dealing with car dealers. I hate dealing with real estate agents. I basically hate dealing with anybody who is going to make money off of me. You know what I mean? Just come on. All I want is a fair deal. I want you to make money, us to get a good price. That's all I want. But everybody's got to win. And sometimes you can get into bed with real estate agents that either don't know what they're doing or are they don't care about you at all. This is why we started realestateagentsitrust.com. It is vital that you get somebody not only competent, but also somebody that really understands. They take all of their energy and knowledge and they work hard for you. Also somebody who is networked into your local area or the area that you want to buy. Somebody who knows all the right people to call, can get you all the right estimates and the right people to fix something on your house if you have to have it sold. And you got to update something, they'll help you do it. They have a marketing plan that works. That's why you need to go to realestateagentsitrust.com. It's a free service to you. So just all you have to do is just say where you're moving to or where you're trying to sell or buy, and we'll give you a real estate agent name that you can call and talk to them. Interview yourself. I think you'll see the difference. Realestateagentsitrust.com. Realestateagentsitrust.com. So a reporter at the New York Times, I think they believe if it happened in the New York Times, it happened. If it didn't happen in the New York Times, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? If they don't cover it, well, then it didn't happen. Or if they say something and their reporters spin it a certain way, well, then that just is. Listen to this. This is coming from Kevin Roose at the New York Times. For the conservatives who are mad about this, yes, it's possible for a story to be factually accurate and for it to be part of a misinformation campaign. Okay. So what he did is he posted on Twitter yesterday, Facebook is absolutely teeming with right-wing misinformation right now. These are all among the top 10 most engaged URLs on the platform over the last 24 hours. So he gives 4 examples, and help me out on this, Stu, because I know you're science-minded. Mm-hmm. Help me fact-check these.
That's me.
Okay? Mm-hmm. This is right-wing misinformation.
Oh, here it comes.
Story number 1. Republican in Michigan goes from loser to winner after technical glitch fixed. Officials urge confidence in the system.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
It's a true story, yeah.
It's a true story. Mm-hmm. Anything misleading in that?
No, not at all.
Okay,
that's just the story of what happened.
All right, well then this one, because this one is a little dicey.
Okay.
This one, AG William Barr authorizes DOJ to look into voting irregularities.
No, that's what he did.
That's exactly what he did. Mm-hmm. Michigan legislature holds rare emergency session to investigate election irregularities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. That one's okay too.
Purdue, Loeffler called on Georgia Secretary of State to resign over election.
No, they did do that.
Yeah. So how is this misinformation? Now, again, let me give you what he said. For the conservatives who are mad about this, it is possible for a story to be factually accurate and for it to be part of a misinformation campaign aimed at undermining confidence in an election. No. You don't get to tell us what we can read and who we can read it from and how we are to view it. The news reports. People like me then are paid for our opinion on what does it mean. There's a huge separation there between a journalist. Now, not that you at the New York Times or anywhere else understands that, but there's a huge division between journalist and commentator. And when somebody is paying a commentator to comment, yes, we do take several factual stories and bring them together and say, is this what this means? You can't tell us that we need to be silenced because we are presenting true stories. We've gone now from, we got to make sure there's no fake news, to this isn't fake news. This is a true story, but you're part of a disinformation campaign. You have to get away from the mainstream media. And by the mainstream media, I do mean social media now. I went over to Parler yesterday. I'm on Parler now. And I have no idea if I'd really like to just get rid of all of it. Now, Facebook and Twitter, for me, is a way to reach people. I don't read them. I have somebody else that reads stuff for me and pulls it out. I don't spend my time on Facebook. I don't spend my time on Twitter. It is a waste of time because it's not true. It's not true. There is no freedom in Facebook. There is no freedom on Twitter. And it's only going to get worse. I want a free atmosphere where, yep, there's some dummies out there. There's some people that say some crazy, stupid things. They say things that I vehemently disagree with. But you know what? God bless America. What we do, and I mean anybody now, anybody who is telling the truth and really searching for the truth. I don't mean people who are just trying to win. I mean people who want to win fairly, legally. I do not want to become them. I want you to know you're not alone. There's 70 million that have ignored being called racist, ignored being told Trump was Hitler, ignored being told we were science deniers, ignored the calls that we are somehow inhuman, ignored being told the election was already over a month ago. I want you to know, don't feel alone. Don't feel isolated, because you're not alone. Donald Trump did some amazing thing. Donald Trump's primary gift to us wasn't tax cuts. It wasn't the amazing process and progress in the Middle East, the peace accords. It wasn't the amazing unemployment numbers, the lowest unemployment on record. All those were good. But he has a superpower that I've never seen before, and that was to get the left to take off their masks and fully admit that, yep, we're Marxist. Yep, we hate America. Yep, we hate the flag. Yep, we want to stop all of that. Yep, America's never done anything good. Yep, we hate Americans who love America. That's a gift. People have been trying to pin that on the Democrats and get them to admit it for over 100 years. Donald Trump did it. We cannot let them go back to normal by pretending they aren't who they now told us they are. We have a duty to remember. We can't pretend that they acted in a way they did because of Trump and now things are all good and we can be friends again. No, we must unite on principles of liberty. And it was because of Trump they showed their cards. We know who our opponents are from this day forward. They seek the destruction of America, the dismantling of the Constitution. They said that. They marched for that. We cannot unite with people that want to destroy the family, the Constitution, the rule of law. We can't. And we can't beat them by not obeying the rule of law. Democrats used to be about bigger government and higher taxes. But that's not who our opponent is anymore, and we owe Trump forever for getting the left to admit that they're Marxist. His 4 years in office will absolutely be in vain if you forget who the media is and you forget who the opponent really is. Biden will be coming to power if he is the duly elected president in a pandemic. Never let a good crisis go to waste. His tax plan really isn't our concern. The emergency powers enacted in the name of pandemic to remake America's healthcare system, to take control of food supply, to take over education, those should be our concerns. We are going to have to fight for the next 4 years. We have an immediate fight called the Great Reset that starts January 21st. And the pandemic will be used to align with global elites and surrender U.S. sovereignty. That's going to be called crazy. That will probably be banned on the internet. I urge you to look it up for yourself. All you have to do is go to the World Bank, the World Economic Forum.org. It's all there. It's called the Great Reset. That is what we have to unite and fight for. We're not fighting over a party. We're not fighting for an election. We're fighting for the rule of law. That's why I believe strongly that President Trump has every right, and it is his duty to follow every call of voter fraud to its logical end. And its logical end is to make a case in court. Let the court decide. And if somebody is nailed for fraud, even if it doesn't overturn the election, that person must be prosecuted. We have this really weird thing where we have confused prosecuted with persecuted. The left persecutes people, and I believe they're going to start prosecuting people they disagree with. I hope I'm wrong on that. And I hope there are many Americans that didn't vote for Donald Trump that understand the call of liberty, understand the Bill of Rights, understand the beauty of the Declaration of Independence. That they may have voted for Joe Biden because they saw him as a return to normalcy. I think you're going to be sadly mistaken, but as I said under Donald Trump, if I'm wrong, if he's just a normal guy that just everything he does in his presidency is constitutional, I'm for him. I'll be for him, and I'll admit it on the air. Don't think that's going to happen. But we have to be vigilant on liberty. We have to be fearless. And we have to know the truth. What the New York Times is doing is trying to convince you that anyone who has a different point of view can't even tell you a true story. Now, I know that the devil himself takes truth and mixes it with lies. I know that. We work really hard at The Blaze to get it right. We work really hard, and quite honestly, we take gut punches all the time. All the time. We're punched over and over again, mainly from social media and the mainstream press. We will not retract things that are true. We all need to stand together, because it's going to get harder and harder to find that truth, and we need to unite. What unites us? We are the United States of America because we all came around the ideas enshrined in the Declaration of Independence and the ideas in the Bill of Rights. If people disagree with the Bill of Rights, if they say, no, rights don't come from God, no, rights come from the government, no, you don't have a right to privacy, no, you don't have a right to protect yourself with the Second Amendment, no, you don't have a right to speak out, no, you don't have a right to question, I'm sorry, they are the enemy of liberty. And they can make the case all they want, but I will never stand with them. It's easy to think of cybercrime as something, that is a distinct thing that only happens to other people. But consider this, 350 million people across 10 countries have now been victims of cybercrime in just the last year. That's more than the entire population of the United States in 12 months. There's no doubt about it. You're not going to be able to completely stop it, and it is going to happen to you at some point. This is why when it comes to cybersecurity, your first choice should be Norton 360. It's an entire toolbox full of tools, not just one, which will help keep cyber criminals at bay. Here's some of the things in the toolbox. It's a VPN with bank-grade encryption, a password manager that easily and securely creates, stores, and manages all of your passwords. Credit card information is protected. A whole lot more, including a camera alert system that if somebody is trying to access your camera and without you knowing it, it alerts you and shuts it down. Norton 360. It's a cyber safety toolbox. Now, nobody can prevent all cybercrime, but Norton 360 is a powerful ally for your cyber safety. Get up to 50% off your first year with the annual subscription at norton.com/Beck. That's norton.com/Beck. 10-second station ID.